This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint with Rob. Hey, we did the humans last week, alright? And I didn't show you the heroes because I got the heroes pre-painted. But I'll go over that because we're going to paint over those. But that is going to be a separate episode. Right now we're just doing the bulk to show you guys how to get that bulk of those, you know, like the serfs and the peasants and stuff like that done so you can get going. This week we are handling the orcs. And very fun, very easy to do, very enjoyable. And you're going to see how quick this is. This is a very, very quick video because there's not a lot to it. And that's the best part of it. You can mow right through these guys and, well, you know, we got elves and undead and everything else to do. So, like I said, once a week we're going to put this out. And instead of me talking a lot, why don't we just get down to painting? Let's go down to the table and... Okay, like I said, we are starting on the orcs today. I went over this with some Wagog green. I just went over everything to cover all my bases. Right now, the next thing that I want to do is, once that dried, of course, is to take some lead Belcher, because this is where we really kind of want to, well, we really want to get the armor out of the way, okay? And we got some armor in here, okay, that we're going to take care of. On this guy, who really doesn't have a lot to him, he just has a shovel here. So I'm just going to go over this shovel part, and we're going to brighten that up soon enough. But the most important thing is just to get the coverage. So I'm going to finish up all the armor here, and once we're done with the lead Belcher, we'll come back and I'll show you what the next color that we're going to do to get these orcs going. And so you can get them to play at a table and really start hammering people with them. Now right here, we're gonna put in some of these bandages, and our boy here only got some bandages on his wrist here, but he has something over him. I can't determine what it is over the picture. He has like these crystals over these bandages, but right now we're just gonna cover everything, just for the sake of covering everything. And he's also got some on his midsection here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that up. As you can see, I'm just it's watered down. I probably need a couple coats, and I really just want to get that in there. I want to get the other side here, so I'm going to take and work that in over here, as you can see. And then he's got some bandages that come around him, so I'm going to take care of those as well. Now I went over his belt, but that's alright because I'm going to go back over that a little bit. And these bandages come around and through here. And as you can see, nice light coat. You're going to want to go over it a couple of times. And then our friend here, as you can see, he had the armbands, and he had some bandages onto his feet. So that's how we want to get those in there. So I'm going to finish this up, tighten it up, and then we'll come back with our next color. Next thing I want to do here is I want to color in his I guess his loincloth. I guess that's the best way we can put it. And all I'm going to use is Rhinox hide. This really is a good paint for that. It gives you a nice deep brown and easy to highlight outwards. So we're just going to hit all that. Now, before I go and finish this up, on the boots here and the handle here, I used an actual steel drab. And for him, for this other guy, I used actually, as you can see, it for the shovel handle, which works perfectly. So I'm going to finish these up with the Rhinox hide, and then we'll come back with our next color. Next, we're going to take some Ashen Gray. This is going to be perfect for a couple things that we're going to take care of. As you can see, I painted around his belt, but this stone, we're going to use this as an underneath color for the stone axe, because he carries around a stone axe. And as you can see, it goes over the green very, very well. I also used it to paint the bag that the surf is carrying. So we want to make sure that that's a nice gray there. So we got that in there. I'm going to finish up with the gray because I'm going to go around his belt with it. And then what we're going to do is come back with our next color. And we should be pretty close to putting the washes down on this guy and really making this guy start to come out. Next, I'm going to take some Atonium Camo shade. And I got to be very, very deliberate with it. I have to be very careful. I don't want to get it anywhere else, but I want to get it right in the face here. And then I want to work his body a little bit, but I really want to be careful because I don't want to hit those bandages at all. So I'm going to be very, very selective and very careful and make sure I move this around. Now if I get it on the armor, I'm not worried about it because I can work from there. I want to get it in on these fists and really work it in these hands here. So you want to be very, very deliberate with it, and you want to make sure that you just have the right amount on your brush to kind of move it around. You want to get in the legs here. Now here you're not worried about getting it on anything else because you're going to go over that with another wash, which will bring it right back. But again, right in the back here, because we want to bring out that detail. We want that wash to sit. We want it to sit right inside the recesses there, and that for us is perfect for what we want to do. All right, so I'm going to finish up the rest of this, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step that we're going to do. All right, next we're going to take some Agrath Earth Shade, and that, yeah, you guessed it, right over everything else. All right, now we're not worried about getting on the green. It's not going to matter. We're going to work this all through here and through the woodwork here. And I'm going to come in the back here. There we go, up and through here. And if you want to, you can even, of course you want to get the bandages here. Don't worry about hitting anything gray. You're going to be all right. Same thing over here. We're going to just work our back of our bandages, the front of our bandages, into the midsection. Don't worry about going over anything over there. And you can see how that brings a lot of that to light. Now I'm also going to go over his boots, because we want those boots to have some, they have some recesses in them that we really want our wash to sit up in. And that's what we're going to do there. And there you go. We're just going to move that around a little bit, make sure it gets in all those recesses so we get a nice good coat in there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and we'll start to bring this to life a little bit. We want to bring, oops, I want that to really kind of sit in there a little bit. And we're just going to really start to dry brush our white, and we're going to lighten everything up. Like I say, we darken everything and then bring everything back to life. Now, when it comes to Orcs, one of my favorite colors to use over the top is Elysian Green. I really think it stands out, especially if you dry brush it correctly on. And all I'm going to do, and you can see I already started a little bit here, is I'm just taking, again, I speak about this all the time, just take that brush and work that brush ever so lightly. I love using these flat brushes because I can angle them and get in hard areas and work around. I can work with the legs by just brushing away, and this way I don't mess with anything else. And of course, just using it again and making sure that I get these feet. That's another important thing. You want to really dig it into the face here. I want that to sit up because I want to pull out his features. And pulling out his features is really gonna help me sell this particular figure. On the back side, and you'll just see how this all just comes together. And all you're doing is just hitting the high spots here.
that dark Wagah green just sits up so nicely. And you can see that I'm getting all that top detail, but I'm leaving a lot of the recesses. Even in his elbow here, you want to be very careful, but you want to work that arm. All right, and that's all we're trying to do, is pull out the musculature, which I just butchered, of this particular figure, and really make him stand up. And you can see that's what we're trying to do here. We want depth. We want a real perception here. So I'm going to finish these up, and then what we're going to do is we'll move on to the next highlight that we're going to pull some detail out of. All right, next we're going to take a little Xandrie Dust, and I always like Xandrie Dust up against this because it really just stands out and brings that brown. Like I said, you don't want things to just sit there and you know, nothing's just one color in the world. You know, there's shades of everything in life. And I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go over some of the shovel here that he has, and we're just really going to work this in here. And I'm going to work around the area, and you can see where that sits up. I think you can really see how it sits up in the wood here, and how I'm just going over and just using that really just brings it out. And we're just going over his loincloth here, and I think that looks pretty good. All right, we're in the home stretch here. We're going to go over a few more things, and well, let's get right to it. Okay, the final color that we're going to put on here is a celestial gray. And what we're going to do is, as you can see, that we have this bag back here, and we're just going to go over it very lightly. And we're going to go over the front here. And we're going to work this axe here. As you can see, I already started it a bit. And what that's going to do is give us that stone feel, and going over the Ashen Gray is going to give us some depth that we were looking for. So I'm pretty happy with these. As you can see, I glued the bases with some grass. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys these up close, and then we're going to go up top and get on out of here. So let's, well, basically get on out of here. All right, here you go. Here's the finished product. Very simple, easy job to do. You see how quickly we got through these guys. A lot of fun. You get the grass underneath them, and they're perfect for what you want to do. And what do you want to do? You want to play land, air, and sea, of course. Heroes of it. But you got to have the minions to do it. So there you go. All done. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to send this up top, and we're going to get on out of here. There you have it. There you have it. Easy as can be. Good quality. Now listen, not expert, not done, you know, in any expert fashion. Done well enough where you can get it to the table and feel good about it. I really like, you know, going very, very dark green and then coming out with that light green and really showing the musculature of the orcs. It really brings them out, and I really, really like the way they came out. And you can see, you saw how easy it is. It's not hard. It's just get a little, wipe most of it off, and just go over. Do not have too much paint on your brush. It's easier to add paint. It's harder to take paint away. As you can see, easily done. Very simple. Very little techniques. Darken, lighten up, just a basic to everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next week we'll have another faction ready to go, so be ready. Heroes of land, air, and sea. We've got 2 down, 2 more to go with the main box, and then we're going to be moving on to the Order and Chaos box, which is going to be a lot of fun for us. Till next time, it's your old pal Rom. We'll see you soon.